Hello student, welcome to the digital signal processing, and we are discussing the applications of the DSP. Let's proceed for the speech processing. For speech processing, the speech production is important. For that one, we should know what is human vocal mechanism. So this is what the human vocal mechanism diagram. In this case, the nasal cavity, even the nostril, lip, tongue, as well as the teeth, jaw, trachea, lung, and diaphragm. These are nothing but the supplementary part along with the oral cavity, soft palate, hard palate, pharyngeal cavity, larynx. All these are the important parts. So for this to understand, let's see the speech productions. As seen, the muscle force are used to press the air from the lung through the larynx. The vocal cords then vibrates and interrupt the air and produce a quasi-periodic pressure wave. So this is how the muscle force over here. It will simply create the pressure over here so that the lungs will be operated over here. So whatever the pressure we got over here, that is simply creating the sound wave, and it is obviously created through the lungs pressure also. The frequency of the pressure signal is the pitch frequency or the fundamental frequency. If we speak with constant pitch frequency, the speech would sound monotonous. The pressure impulse are stimulating the air in the oral tract and for certain sounds also at the nasal tract. Like we pronounce it for A, E, I, O, U or S or F. So these are creating the different sound pressures at the different parts of the speech production system. When the cavities resonate, they radiate a sound wave which is the speech signal. Both tracts, like the vocal and nasal, act as resonators with characteristic resonance frequency called as a formant frequency. It is possible to change the cavities of the mouth by moving the jaw, tongue, velum, lips and mouth. Because of this, we can pronounce various sounds. Now here the active role will be played by the lung pressures, then the vocal cord as well as the velum. So these are responsible for producing speech. Let's see the what is speech coding, that is called as a vocoders. So to understand the speech coding, here a diagram is given. So speech vocoders exploit special properties of the speech, like vocal tract is nothing but acoustic tube. Voiced sounds are periodic in nature, like A, E sounds. Unvoiced sounds are like random noise, like S and F sounds. Aim for maximum possible compression. So this is understandable but not 100% faithful reproduction. Typical vocoder synthesis is provided here. The pitch signal will be given to the periodic excitation block, then the random noise. Along with this, actually it is been simply combined with the gain, and its output will be given to the vocal tract modular and the speech will be produced. So to discuss this vocal coder or the vocoders, there are some of the points, like the channel vocoders splits speech into the increasing non-overlapping frequency subbands that we are going to see in the next part. So this is what the speech coding vocoders. Speech is produced by excitation of an acoustic tube called the vocal tract. Our vocal tract starts from the glottis and is terminated by our lips. Voice sounds, example A, E, are produced as a result of vibration of vocal cords, which generate semi-periodic pulses of airflow that excite the vocal tract. This is why voiced sounds in human are periodic in nature. So all we can say the vowels are nothing but the voiced sounds. Although a voice sound may at first resemble random noise, a sufficiently small sample will reveal its periodic nature. It is the pattern that vocoders try to extract and use to produce the digital representation of the speech. The frequency of this pattern is usually referred to as pitch of the speech. Similarly, unvoiced sounds like S, F are produced by constructing the vocal tract and forcing air through the constricted area. Air traveling through the constricted area creates turbulence and produces a noise-like excitation. This is why unvoiced sound, like the unvoiced sound waveforms, are very much like random noise. In fact, random noise generators can be used to reproduce unvoiced sounds. These are non-periodic simply. These sources provide a wide-band excitation to the vocal tract. The vocal tract can be modeled as a slowly time-varying filter that imposes its frequency transmission properties upon the spectrum of the excitation. In case of a digital filter, the coefficients of the filter would try to model the vocal tract parameters as close as possible. So for the speech coders, normally it is nothing but the vocoders. Vocoders map speech signal onto a mathematical model of the human vocal tract. Instead of transmitting efficiently quantized speech sample, voice encoders transmit model parameters. The decoder applies the received parameters to an identical mathematical model and generates an imitation of the original speech. The process of determining the model parameters is called analysis, and the process of generating the speech from the chosen parameter is called synthesis. So regarding the speech analysis as well as the synthesis, we are going to discuss it in the next lectures. So this is important term, process of determining the model parameters. So to determine the model parameter, it is analysis, and the process of generating speech from the chosen parameter is nothing but the synthesis. So vocoder sound quality varies greatly with the input signal because vocoders are based upon a vocal tract model. Now, signal from the sources that do not fit the model may be coded poorly, resulting in lower quality signal reproduction after the decompression. Vocoders assume that the excitation sources and the vocal tract shape are relatively independent. The above block diagram shows such a vocoder, as we have seen. The time varying filter models vocal tract. However, the vocal tract changes shape rather the slowly. So it is reasonable to assume that the filter is time invariant for short periods of time. Example 12 milliseconds. Voice sounds are reproduced by a periodic excitation upon which the spectral characteristics of the vocal tract modeler are imposed. Unvoiced sounds use a random noise generator as the source of excitation, but the spectral characteristics of the vocal tract modeler are still imposed on them. Each time the vocal tract modeler, the filter may impose different spectral characteristics on the source of the excitation. So this is all about the speech production and some of the introduction part of the vocoders. In the next lectures, we are going to see the channel coders along with the synthesis processes. So thank you everyone. Thank you very much.